Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to week 4 of Spoopathon. So it is entering the last full week of October, which means we are on the last week of Spoopathon and the last wave of Spoopathon as well. I'm literally picking this straight back up from where I left off the last video. So I finished Horror Store last night and then I managed to finish Delicates today while I was at work. So this is the first book that I have finished this week. I was obviously reading it mostly last week. I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I really started getting into it towards the end. It got really dark and really sad, and I was trying really hard not to cry while I was reading it on my lunch break today because it was really sad. Major trigger warnings in this for discussions of suicide and suicidal thoughts because it was really heavy. It was really heavy. I mentioned a little bit about what this was about last week, but I will recap you. This is the sequel to Sheets, and this is following Marjorie and her friend Wendell, who is a ghost. And in this one, we're also following Liza, who is the daughter of the PE teacher at Marjorie's school. Liza is a little bit weird. She's a bit of an outcast. She's been held back a year. The kids are entering 8th grade. And she is obsessed with ghosts. Well, Marjorie knows ghosts exist. She talks to Wendell, but none of Marjorie's friend group know about this. And so Liza gets bullied pretty badly, and Marjorie kind of just goes along with it because she wants to be cool. She wants to seem cool in front of her crush as well. And it's kind of a discussion on bullying and mental health, about isolation as well. I thought it was a really good message to young people especially, but it also appeals to an older audience because it deals with it in such a mature way. It was really emotional, but it was really good. I do recommend it. I did think it was a little bit of an unnecessary sequel to the first book because the stories aren't really that connected. Marjorie is a little bit more of a background character in this, and Wendell as well. The first one was definitely more focused on the sort of supernatural aspects of the ghosts, whereas this is definitely more focused on human interaction and human emotion. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it. If Brenna Thumler writes anything else, I will definitely be picking it up, whether it's in this sort of world or not. I think Brenna does the illustrations themselves as well. And although the art style initially wasn't something that I was that into, like I'm not the biggest fan of the way the characters kind of look, but I quite like that they're not kind of perfect. And some of the scenery illustrations in this are absolutely stunning. It's definitely something that's grown on me. But I also really loved like the 90s aesthetic in this as well because it is set in the 90s. So yeah, it was a really great book and I really recommend it. So we are entering wave 4, the final wave of Spoopathon. I very briefly looked at the prompts. I did get them early because I am a patron of Spoops, but I kind of don't know what I'm going to read for the prompts this week. None of the books that are left on my TBR particularly fits the prompts. There are a few that would fit some of them. So I think this is going to be a week where I get low points, but I've already gathered enough points from all my other books that I would be able to reach the end of the map anyway. I haven't really talked about which books have got which points in any of my vlogs so far, but I think I'm going to just talk about it in my wrap-up video next month and kind of do a little section in that specifically for the 3 readathons that I've been doing and the points that I've gotten for the teams that I've been on for those readathons. So I don't know what I'm going to pick up basically. I've got my sprints this evening, so I need to decide some things that I can start on sprints. The 2 main books that I've got left on this TBR are Mina and the Slayers, which I do really want to read, and also House of Hollow. I've also got Mistral by Heather Walter left to read, but that's quite a chunky one, as well as Babel, which is another chunky one. And I would also like to read volume 3 of Lore Olympus. So I might read that first because I can use it for the remainder of my wave 3 prompts because it's a graphic novel, so maybe I will use it to just kind of finish off wave 3 and then start wave 4. So yeah, I've also got a little bit of book mail, so I thought I would open that for you on camera. The first is this little envelope which is from Daisy and B, and I ordered the Halloween bookmarks and also the autumn line as well. So which one is which? So this is the autumn one, so I'll open this one first. I was kind of holding off ordering the autumn collection because I wanted to see if they were going to do Halloween ones as well, and they did. and I kind of like some of them in one of the packs and some of them in the other pack, so I just thought I'd just get both packs. So these are the bookmarks. They are super cute. I really love the pumpkin one. And that one is kind of, oh, it's a squirrel. It's quite dark, so it's a bit difficult to see, but yes, it is a squirrel. I thought it was just a tree, but it's a squirrel. And then we've got the autumnal leaves. I do quite like that one as well. And the pumpkins, these are very cute. And then this one is a little bit more on autumnal like food. So you've got pumpkin spice latte, you've got apples, pine cones, cinnamon sticks, very cute. And then this is the Halloweeny one, so let's get that out. Okay, and then that's what these ones look like. These are so cute, oh my gosh. So that one is kind of like a little print. I would love that on like a book, on a notebook or something. That is so cute. So that's like little Halloweeny symbols. We've got this one which is more pink, and that's quite witchy with the cauldron and the hats and the potions. And we've got a little ghosty one. This would have been perfect when I was reading Delicates. That is so cute, with some books on it as well. And then this one is like a witchy bookshelf as well. That is so cute. I love them. They are adorable. So thank you so much, Daisy and Bee, for my order. I love these. And then I've also got a parcel from Illumicrate. Now I think this is probably going to be the Atlas Paradox by Olivia Blake. I ordered it quite a while ago and it shipped this week, I think. So this must be that one. It's too early to be my Afterlight box. So we're going to open this one here as well. It's the Atlas Paradox. Wrapped very nicely. I'm very impressed. Lots of bubble wrap. So here we go, the Atlas Paradox. So this is the sequel to the Atlas 6, which I still haven't read yet. So it's very blue, whereas the other one was a little bit more indigo from Illumicrate, and that's the spine. I do prefer the spine on the other one, I think. I don't know. I feel like it's a bit more spacey, and then it's just like a solid blue on either end, so it's a little bit of a gradient, I guess. But yeah, I do really like the detailing on the cover, and then that's the spine. It's got like an iridescent foiling on it. Ooh. I try not to read the blurb because I will spoil myself. So that's the end pages. And is it different on the back? No, it's the same on the back one. Ooh, and then that's what it looks like under the dust jacket. So that is very cute, shiny, iridescent, and that's the spine as well. And there's no reversible thingy. The black of the book has gone on the inside of the dust jacket, but you can't see that, so it's not a big deal. So that is the Atlas Paradox. I should definitely try and pick up the Atlas 6 at some point, because I now have both books in this series. I don't know how many books it's going to be. It's probably going to be a trilogy, right? I haven't read either of them, so I have no idea if I'm going to even enjoy them. But if I don't like them, I can just sell them as a set, I guess. But yeah, that's the Atlas Paradox. Very cute. So I'm gonna go and make something to eat now, and then we're gonna jump on sprints. I don't know if anyone's gonna be joining me tonight, so I guess we'll find out. I'm so tired. I feel a little bit more energy after I've had a shower, but I've been so tired today, really drowsy, so they're probably gonna be really chill sprints, really low energy, just, you know, yeah. So maybe we'll start with Laurel Olympus, and then I will find a novel to read after I've read it. Thursday. It has been a hot minute since I did a reading update. It's just because I haven't had much to say. So on Saturday I had my sprints and I started and finished Lord Olympus on them. 5 stars, obviously. I loved it. I'm really excited about volume 4 because I think the relationship might be finally starting to progress. It is such a slow burn, but I've liked that it's been a slow burn, and the tension between Persephone and Hades, I forgot their names for a second, building between them. So yeah, I'm very excited for volume 4. And this one was just great, and it was printed properly. What a concept! It wasn't printed out of order, so I was actually able to follow the story. And then on sprints I did start Mina and the Slayers by Amy McCaw, but I haven't made much progress since. I'm on page 136 and I am really enjoying it. I've just not been in a reading mood at the moment, and I don't think it's like a slump necessarily. I've just been so tired lately that I don't want to read because I can't focus. I've not been sleeping very well, probably mainly due to 4 cats. I really need to start shutting them out of a night, I think, but I feel really guilty and let them in and let them sleep on my bed, and then they wake me up in the night, and then I just keep getting up because they keep waking me up. So I've not been sleeping very well. Yeah, and then so I'm tired, and then when I get home from work, for example, instead of maybe spending a couple of hours reading before I go to bed, I'm watching TV because it's easier than focusing on a book. So I'm really sad that I'm not making loads and loads of progress with it, but I am enjoying what I'm reading. I quite liked that there was a good recap at the start of this to kind of go back over who's who and what happened in the last book, because although I read it in August, I have forgotten some of the finer details. So it was quite nice to have that little recap written into the story, rather than some other books I've read recently where they've just kind of gone straight into the story of the second book and then I have no idea what's happening. I also really like seeing the mansion that the characters work in, which is it has different themed rooms based on different horror movies, and I really like the scenes in there where they're taking a tour through the horror scenes. I would love to go to an attraction like that. I've heard of stuff like that before. I read this series, but I've never experienced one because I don't know where to find one. I don't know if it's a thing that exists in the UK or near me at the very least. But I would love to go to a mansion haunted house thing that has themed rooms based on different horror movies. I feel like the closest thing I could get to that maybe is escape rooms. So yeah, but I do enjoy an escape room, but you have to go with a group of people. You can't go by yourself, or I could easily go on a tour like this on my own. But yeah, I'm enjoying the story. The main plot is still kind of not necessarily being established, but it's not made much progression, but it is this book is longer than the last one. It's 400 pages, so there's plenty of room for the plot to start to get going. But I am enjoying it. I just can't read at the moment because I'm too tired. It sucks. It absolutely sucks. I've got sprints this afternoon. I'm doing daytime sprints today because it's my study day, but I'm not going to be reading on sprints. I'm going to be studying, so I won't be able to get any reading done while those are going on. Another thing that has probably been distracting me from reading is Persona 5 Royal came out on the Switch on Friday, and I completely forgot about it until I saw it was an ad for Japan Crate, and they have done a special Persona 5 box. I have not ordered it because it's really expensive and I'm not that fussed about the snacks. I would just want the Persona 5 stuff. But yeah, so I bought Persona 5 and I've been playing that. Not loads because I don't get a lot of time after work, and it's a really long game, and the first few hours of it are mostly tutorial. If you don't know what Persona 5 is, it's a Japanese role-playing game where you play a high school student who has been sent to Tokyo because he's on probation. He has been sued for assaulting a guy when this guy who sued him was actually assaulting a girl. So your character has stopped him. So you've been sent to Tokyo on probation. You were expelled from your last school and you are basically starting at a new school, trying to live a normal student life when, what is it? I think it's the shadow world. I'm not sure what the name of the actual world is. But the shadow world keeps creeping into you, and this, in Persona 5, people, how do I explain it? Like, the bad characteristics of people manifest into a kind of dungeon type thing, and you basically have to defeat their evil versions of themselves, and you make friends along the way. You have a persona which is like, how do I explain it? It's like the best version of yourself almost. In Persona 5 they're all based on different real people. Like the main character's persona is based on Arsène Lupin. There's one that's based on Zorro. But yeah, all the characters in it are great. They feel like real people, and you develop such an emotional connection to them. It's kind of what I like about it isn't the fighting in the game. I like the story, and I like developing your social links. I think they're called something else in Persona 5 actually. They're called social links in Persona 4, but like that's when you get to spend time with your friends, and it's so fun to just see the story unravel, and I really enjoy it, and it's just such a good game. So if you've never played it before, I really do recommend checking it out. It's good for just like story more than fighting, and if you're someone like me who doesn't really like fighting in video games, then the fights are turn-based, so it's easy to kind of strategize and like take your time with it rather than feel like you have to constantly mash buttons. But it's a really great game. I love the story, I love all the characters. Yeah, and then there's Persona 4 as well, which is the one that came before it, which is how I found out about the series, and that one, Persona 5 is my favourite, but Persona 4 does have a special place in my heart. Yeah, I just really love these games. So now that I have an easier way to play Persona 5, because it used to only be PlayStation, and I don't have a PlayStation. I had to play it on my brother's PlayStation, so I haven't been able to replay it, and now I have it on the Switch. And it's on PC, it's on Xbox as well, I think, so you can like play it however. But yeah, go buy it because it's a great game. Yeah, I'm gonna go log on for the day and start my study. It is Sunday again. I have not done a lot of reading this week, mainly because I've been really busy with work. It's because it's half term, so we've been doing a lot of kids activities that I've been doing. Wednesday I did 3 in a day, and then on Friday I was asked to go and cover at one of our libraries that was doing like an all-day thing with like digital stuff like coding and robots and stuff. It was really fun, but I think I've just like overdone it. Friday when I was coming home from work, I'd had like a headache slowly progress over the day, and my whole body ached. I was in so much pain, and my throat felt like it had like swollen shut, and I was like, oh my god, I feel so unwell. I've not felt like that since I had COVID, and I did a test and it was negative, but I felt so unwell. So I'm still not very well. I think it's progressed into a bit of a cold, but I feel like I've just overworked myself this week, and I'm just not doing great. So I haven't read much. I'm still reading Mina and the Slayers. I'm on page 239. I don't know if I'm going to finish it by tomorrow because tomorrow's Halloween. It's the last day of the month. I could probably read today, maybe finish it tomorrow and see how I get on. I've just not really been in the mood for reading. I'm really enjoying the book, but I've just not really been in the mood to read. I've not really felt like reading this week. I don't know if it's just because I'm a bit burnt out reading wise or just burnt out in general. I need a holiday. I'm exhausted. I've overworked myself. I'm not very well again. I was meant to be going to see The Pretty Reckless tonight, but I've decided not to go. I don't want to overdo it again and make myself really sick next week. Next week we're really short staffed. I've been asked to cover somewhere on Monday, and I don't want to leave them with no staff if I have to go sick as well. And plus I don't want to miss my Halloween story time that I've got tomorrow as well. And plus I just can't be sick. I just can't. So I've decided I'm not going to go. And I've told my brother to take his friend instead, so that the ticket doesn't go to waste. Yeah, I'm a bit sad to be missing out, but at the same time, like, I'm just so tired that I just don't care. I've seen The Pretty Reckless before. It's been quite a while since I've seen them, but you know, it's not like they're one of my favourite bands either. So yeah, I'm quite sad to like be missing it, but at the same time, I'm really tired. I don't feel well. I'd rather just stay and like have a sofa day. Because this is the other thing as well. We're getting the kitchen renovated from next week. So this weekend we've spent moving all the furniture out of the kitchen to clear it. So I've not had the chance to sort of just rest because I've been helping with all of that. But it's all done now basically. So I should just be able to take it easy for the rest of the day. I don't know what I'm going to do for food. My original plan was to go out and have a meal before the show tonight, but obviously I'm not doing that now. So I don't know, I might order a pizza or something, we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to try and film a short video. I've got a haul to film. Orbit did another half price sale this month, so I bought some stuff in that. I haven't shown it to you in these vlogs because I wanted to film a separate haul. So I'm going to try and film a short haul for that and get something to eat because I've not eaten today yet and it's like probably 1 o'clock. But that's what's going on. Tomorrow will be my last update probably, and I'll wrap the vlog and we'll see if I saved Brad from his zombie bite. I really don't think I'm going to make it to Spoop Tech, but I will literally just need to finish this book and then I like have won Spoopathon. And I've come so far. I don't want to give up now, but I just can't do anymore. I just can't do anything. So I will update you guys either later today or tomorrow with a bit of a wrap up of the week, where the only thing I've been reading is this and I still haven't finished it, I guess. But we'll wrap up the vlog tomorrow anyway. It'll be Halloween. I've got to work till 7 as well, that's another thing. Spoops is in the same boat, otherwise she probably would have done like a Halloween live show for the readathon, but both me and Spoops we do the same job. We both do the same apprenticeship and we both have to work till 7 PM on a Monday, which is fun. So yeah, not only do I feel like crap, I have to work till 7 on Halloween night. And I've had no real Halloween fun. I have not watched any more Halloween or horror movies since... I don't know if I told you I watched Salem's Lot a few weeks ago, but I did that. But I haven't done anything spooky since then. We watched that new Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum movie yesterday. No, Friday. The Lost City, that's what it's called. It was quite funny. It's a bit like a rom-com, but also an action film. An action film in the sense of like Indiana Jones. It was really good, but not Halloween-y at all. I haven't been able to find Halloween, the original film, available for free anywhere, sadly. We've got so many subscription services in our household, so I haven't been able to find it on any of them. But I have got Scream, the original Scream, saved on our Skybox, so I'd like to watch that at some point. But it might end up being in November, maybe, instead. I really want to get back into watching my horror movies, especially reading this because there's so many references. But I've just not been in the mood. I just have been chilling. So yeah, I'm gonna go film that video and get some food and figure out what I'm doing with my afternoon. Hello. It is now Thursday the 3rd of November. I am still very much unwell. But I did finish Mina and the Slayers. I technically finished it on the 1st, however I'm counting it for Spoopathon because I read most of it in October. So I did submit it and I counted it. I don't care. 5 stars, obviously. It was slow going for me because I just wasn't in the mood for reading at the time. But the book itself is great. I enjoyed it so much. Amy just really knows how to set a scene, and the atmosphere in her books is top tier. I get all of the horror 90s vibes. I could definitely have seen this as a murder mystery horror slasher thing, like movie back in the 90s. So I just really enjoyed it. She does not pull her punches. I was gasping, I was screaming what the fuck at the end. I loved it so much. It was great. And on the 1st, Amy did a live show with Spoops for Spoops' patrons to chat about the book because the duology was our bi-monthly book club for Spoops' Patreon, so it was really nice to get to chat to Amy about the book itself as well and like just chat to her in general. So yeah, I had a great time with this. I loved it so much. I did use it to complete wave 4. You only had to complete 1 prompt for wave 4, so I reached Spoop Tech with this book. It's been a long time coming. I've been reading this for well over a week but I finished it, so I'm very pleased that it's done and the readathon is over. So I had a quick look at my points for the readathons I was doing in October. Spoopathon, in the end I got 1,300 points for all of the books that I read. For Royal Readathon I got 850 points for the books that I read. And with completing this one as well, I did actually manage to complete all of the prompts I had for Gothtober, which is incredible. So I have kind of completed every single readathon I was participating in. Royal Readathon, there was a team book which was Malice by Heather Walter, which I didn't read. I've already read it in the past, and that was kind of the only book, the only prompt that had left to do for that readathon. But because I've read it in the past, like I just wasn't going to count it. I wasn't going to worry about that. But for everything else, I completed all of the prompts at least once. Spoopathon, obviously you didn't have to complete every single prompt. It was about getting through the board. And then for Gothtober, I completed all of my prompts that I had. So pat on the back for me for doing that, because I've been very unwell this month. It has been hard. It's been really hard. On Halloween I didn't really do anything. I was at work till 7. I was very tired when I got home. I kind of half watched Scream. My brother was watching it, but I saw the beginning and the end. I missed the middle because I had to go and shower and stuff. And then he started watching The Ring, which I would have liked to have seen again because it's been a very long time since I watched The Ring, and it was one of the films that like really truly frightened me when I was a kid, but I had to go to bed. So I had a really boring Halloween again. Hopefully next year I will not be unwell. Fingers crossed. But that is it for this vlog because it's the end of the readathon. I'm going to take a break from sort of weekly vlogging for a bit. I think in November I'm going to be doing the first of my cat books vlogs, so keep an eye out for that. This vlog itself will probably go up very, very late. I still haven't edited week 3 and it is now November, so I don't know when you'll see this, but thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on my readathon, spoopathon, I don't know what I'm saying. Thank you for joining me on my Spoopathon journey this October and for sticking with me as I battled 2 illnesses, however mild they were. I think I made pretty good progress with my TBR. I'm glad that I didn't have like a set one that I kind of just allowed myself to pick from a selection of different books. I would have really liked to get to Miss Roll this month, but maybe I'll fit it in November or December. I would have really liked to get to House of Hollow. I didn't get to Babel either, which I don't know if I'm going to get to it by the end of the year at this point. I'm just not feeling a big pull towards it at the moment, and I have quite a few books on my November, December TBR at the moment that I want to read first. So I don't know what's going to happen. But yes, I will go through all of the prompts that I completed in my wrap-up video, so keep an eye out for that. And I'll also talk you through how many points each book got in that video as well. I know I've kind of not really talked about it in the vlogs because I just haven't bothered to check before I start recording. But yeah, I will do a proper wrap-up video with all my stats, my readathon stats as well, later. Another thing as well before we wrap up, the librarians came third, which is fine. It's fine. I'm very disappointed because we were so close. We were in second place around halfway through the month, but the other teams have overtaken us. So well done. Well done to the Cougars. If it was going to be any team, I'm glad it was them. That's enough for this vlog. I'm just going to keep rambling. So thank you guys so much for watching, for sticking with me throughout October. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below how your last week of Spoopathon went. If you haven't already and you would like to be, please do consider subscribing. I post a new video every single week. And that's it from me today, guys. Bye.